Do you feel Canada is respected on the world stage?
For the most part, yes, I do. Yeah. Well, it just seems like Trudeau's been in long enough now that he's gotten older, wiser, hopefully, and people seem to respect what he has to say, I find.
Probably more so, I guess, than most places. I guess we're always kind of comparing us to the country down south. So I don't know. I think we've got our own mind, and I don't think we necessarily always have to follow what everybody else is doing, and I don't think we do. But we certainly have a big part to play. I think we probably hit a bit above our weight for considering the small population that we have.
Diplomatically and politically, sure, we are. But internationally, I mean, the old saying goes, there are people who would chop off their left arm just to come here. I mean, we have a reputation known the world over, and I mean, if that isn't respect enough, I don't know what is.
There is a reason why there is a lot of immigration movement here, and I think that's because of the kind of respect the country demands on a global scale.
I think we are. I'm more than, I'm going to say, the Americans. I mean, I would go, I feel comfortable going almost anywhere. You know, as a Canadian, I think we're pretty well viewed. Too polite, maybe a little bit, eh? But aside from that, I think we're doing okay for our reputation.
I think we're respected in some areas, but I don't know if we're respected in all aspects. Like I know like we were talking about military earlier, we don't have as big as a military as some other countries. However, we're in NATO, right? So we have a lot of backup, right? So, but sometimes I think people might think Canadians are maybe a little more passive than some of the other countries. But I think that's a good thing because it just shows that we're maybe a kinder population, right? So
I think in some respects, absolutely, as a peacekeeping nation. In others, we are not a leader, such as environmental protections and probably transportation. So yes in some and no in others.
I think we are for the most part. We're pretty friendly. We're helpful. I think we could maybe amp up our military presence a little bit more. I mean, let's face it, we've got old warships and old planes and stuff. And I think if we put a little bit more into our military, it would help us more. But I think for the most part, Canada holds their own and supports where they can.
Absolutely, Canada is respected on the world stage. Why? Well, it's a prosperous and a safe place to live. We got the natural beauty. We've got good people.
I just came back from an international trip in Asia, and I was proud to say that I was from Canada, and my wife and I, we were welcomed because we were Canadians, right? So, being welcomed is one thing, being respected is another, but I'm going to say because we are welcomed, there's got to be some respect there.
I think historically, I think we probably have been. I think we tend to probably consider ourselves to be more of a player and more respected than we really are. I mean, we always have been a minor player. And I guess we've maybe played a role as a arbiter in the past, but I don't think anyone's paid a massive amount of attention to us as much as we like to think they have.
Yeah, I feel like it does. Like as an international student and like immigrant pretty much, I feel like it is regarded very, especially my community, Latin America is regarded like highly. Most people are always, speaking highly about Canada, like the openness, also to like immigrants and the position of the country. I feel like it is good and I feel like it is respected and it's considered for sure one of the most important countries out there, like same as US or like Germany or like all of those like big first world countries.
I think Canada is respected on a world stage in terms of its human rights, the kindness of its people, the support of its people for other nations. I would not say that we're respected worldwide in terms of our ability to contribute to various things that are important to other countries, like the support of Ukraine. I think Canadians individually and in groups do well. The government has already said it's not going to be able to meet its commitment to NATO. So good and bad, I think, but certainly in terms of our humanity, absolutely.
I don't know. I love being from Canada because of that. Like, I love being able to tell people I'm Canadian because, well, Canada's like the top 2 countries along with the United States.
Great answer.
Yeah. Canadians are also known as very nice people. When I go travel, people always call me nice because I'm Canadian and stuff. Yeah.
So actually, funny you asked. So I used to travel. I was a documentary cinematographer for quite a while, basically till this year. COVID obviously made some troubles with that. But my experience is always that Canada on the world stage, at least just from the average citizen perspective, is quite well respected. It has like a really good image of itself. Yeah, that was just my experience. Yeah.